Welcome to the Mike Tech Show, show number 866. On today's show, I am going to just briefly talk about projects and stories from in the trenches in my IT world. But the rest of the show, I am deep diving Google search tips, and I am going to review 18 tips on doing better and more advanced Google searches. And to accompany that, I have a PDF that I put together of these 18 tips, which you're going to be able to download from a link in the show notes. So stick around, and here we go. For the month of May coming up, I always try to plan everything out with my son who works for me. The jobs and the work that we're going to do, try to, especially projects for the month in advance. So when you hear my May, we have a VoIP, the voice over IP implementation. Now, luckily, we're not the VoIP provider. We're just providing the network support. That's going to happen for a very big real estate company that's in our area in Pennsylvania. Now, a lot of multifunction printer devices that are copy, scanner, and fax and printer that are in businesses and offices. One of the things when you scan, you always want to scan back to your workstation or usually to a server or some system, a static system that's there, that's in the office. Well, I have a challenge, and I've been working with one of the companies that resells and leases the Sharp multifunction printers. And this device is going to have the beta version of scanning directly to OneDrive. That means someone's going to walk up, they're in the office, and they're going to click an app that's on the device that's going to securely scan it to OneDrive in the cloud. And I'll be talking about, these are all things I'm going to be talking about in May. I got an email migration from an on-prem Exchange server directly to Microsoft Mail. That is going to be good. That's going to be a lot of fun because I have not touched a physical Exchange server in years because everybody's getting their mail from the cloud and hosted Exchange. Well, I'm going to be doing that migration. And then my biggest client, our biggest client, that's a manufacturer. They have 55 computers, and 53 of them have to be replaced by October 14th, 2025, because that is end of life for Windows 10. So to budget this weekend, I'm putting together the lists of what I recommend in groups of systems that need to be replaced so they can budget for, instead of, they can't do 53 computers at once. Plus, my son and I doing 53 computers, we just couldn't do it. So we're going to do them in like maybe groups of 10. And so what I'm putting together is the groups of 10 that we're going to be replacing. And that will be a lot of work. And we got 2 years. So I like that. And I think that's great. A new CFO in the company who started a few weeks ago. And my son goes there on site every Wednesday. And guess what? That came up yesterday. So had a conversation, and that was great. Now, on weekends, something that I do is server updates. And this past weekend was the weekend after Patch Tuesday. What does that mean? If you have a computer, which is everybody listening here, a lot of people in the IT industry know this, but I don't know if the typical user knows this. Every second Tuesday of the month is when Microsoft releases the updates. So that's called Patch Tuesday. So what we do for some companies, especially that have physical servers, we want to control the updates. So the weekend after Patch Tuesday, so the weekend after the second Tuesday of the month is when my son and I have a lot of work to do. And that was this past weekend. And just a shout out that I love using Instant House Call for that, because one of the things Instant House Call does when you invoke the connection, whether it's unattended or not, it doesn't matter. If the system's rebooting, it calls you back. And so I love doing the updates on all the computers. I kick them off on like 4 or 5 servers at the same time. And then when the updates gets a network connection, when it finally hits that network connection, it'll ding me and come back. And then I know, and I can actually sometimes watch the end of the update. So that's pretty cool. So I just wanted to mention that. So now I want to spend the rest of the show talking about Google tips and tricks. But before we get started, if you have any clients that need an online backup, you gotta check out MagnusBox. I use this for all my clients, and it is inexpensive. It's reliable. It works across all the operating systems that you would ever encounter. Linux, your Synology NAS device, Windows servers, Mac, everything. They support Office 365 and SharePoint. I have a client, you heard me talk about it, that has a big SharePoint site in the cloud, and we back that up every single night, MagnusBox. And if you go to magnusbox.com right now and you tell them that you heard it right here on the Mike Tech Show, you're going to get free white labeling, $100 off, and your first 3 months, half price for the platform fee. You got to check it out. It won't cost you to test and try it out. Kick the tires. You'll love it. MagnusBox. All right. So now what I'm going to do is switch the screen, and I'm going to start demonstrating the tips. So there's my computer. What you're seeing is a test computer in Pennsylvania as I record this show from my Florida house. So this is sitting in my office in Pennsylvania, test computer. And one of the things you're going to really, really, really like, and I'm going to put the link in the chat for everybody, and this link will be in the show notes. So do not worry about all of these tips. You're going to get to see them by just going to MikeNation.net/files/Google search tips with dashes. Oh, I have .mp3. No, that's wrong. It's .pdf. Hold on. I can't believe that. Why would I put MP3? It's a PDF file. So if you want to play along, that's the PDF. So I put a great PDF together for all of these tips. So first one, let's open up Google. And, oh, by the way, here's the tips. So let me open this. And when you go there, you're going to see this PDF, and you could just download it. And I put this together yesterday. We're going to talk about using quotes, using the hyphen, examples of searching a particular website, looking just for a file type, using operators, one of them called related, another one in title, in URL, define, then info, cache, a cache site, using the asterisk, versus to compare things. How about searching for devices from within a certain price range? Or examples of or and and searches. And then what we're going to do is talk about advanced search options right within Google and the link option. So pretty cool. Let's minimize that. Let's bring up and let's perform the first. Let me copy and paste. You'll see some of my other ones, which I already did. So if you put into quotes any term, you're not going to get the search results of each word. You're going to only get them when they're together. So this one, I'm doing artificial intelligence in quotes. So now you're going to get a specific phrase containing what you put within the quotes. A lot of us know this and have done this, and hopefully some of the ones I'm going to really start explaining are the more complicated ones that you may not worry about. Something that doesn't happen is any sponsored or ads are not going to follow what you've put in there. So sponsored, we want to just keep going. So now you got the Wikipedia, IBM article on artificial intelligence and so forth. Let's go back. Hyphen. So this was interesting. So we're going to say, I want machine learning, but I want to exclude any jobs. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get machine learning, but not mentioning any jobs on machine learning. Now, something you got to be aware of. Let's say we want to look at all laptops, but we hate Dell, let's say, and you want to exclude laptops that are Dell. Here's what you got to be aware of, the sponsored ads. Because look at this. Here's all the Dells. Look at this. I don't want a Dell. I put the minus. I put that dash. So you got to go past the sponsored ads and then start taking a look. So you got to scroll down. Anytime, see, these are all popped up and you see the Dells. So this is Google not following their own rules here, which is, why would you put, if I'm excluding Dells, why would you waste the hit of putting all these Dells in front of us? Interesting. So let's start. Number 3, how about site? So this is cool. Search within a specific website. So you know what we're going to do? This is the site and colon. So we're going to go Mike Nation, my website, .net, and let's search on, security. The word security. So we're going to search my site, 511 results, and different shows that I've talked about security. And you can just click on the link. So if you know the site, you can actually just put site colon, let's say it was, you want certain articles from the New York Times where they've mentioned something. Well, there you go. Now, that was just our third. Fourth, what about a PDF? So let's find an example. How about, and by the way, all my examples are artificial intelligence and machine learning because that's the hot topic. So let's say I want PDFs on machine learning. You would just type machine learning and then the operator file type, :PDF. This is how you can find manuals. Let's say you want a manual for a certain item and you put that in there and then put file type : PDF and now go past the sponsored, and here we go. Carnegie Mellon University, the discipline of machine learning, or let's pick Oregon State University machine learning, and it's only going to be a PDF because that's what we told our search operator. So, hold on, let's keep going. How about finding websites related to a specific site? So what does that mean? So let's say I'm going to put related and I'm going to put New York Times. So sites related. So the operator is related, and then the site, which is NewYorkTimes.com. So now we get USA, Washington Post, Bloomberg. But you know what I've never tried? Now remember, my site is also not just Mike Nation, but it's really Mike Tech Show. So let's see what it says for, I've never done this, related to the MikeTechShow.com. No, not match any document suggestions. So how about MikeNation.net? Nope. So there are no sites related to me. Okay. I thought it might bring up another tech site or something. That would be kind of cool. All right. In title. And this is another operator called in title, which is to search for specific word or phrase in the title of a web page. Okay. And what we're going to do is, let me cut and paste this. So let's paste. And this is in title, and then I have artificial intelligence in quotes. So go past the sponsored. So IBM, what is artificial intelligence? Tech Target, Encyclopedia Britannica. Hey, that's cool. Let's do that. Artificial intelligence. Nice. Oh, I don't think I have any ad blockers here, so that's why on this test machine. Anyway, just something here. Try our premium subscription. All right, let's go back to Google. So how about searching for a specific word or phrase in the URL? So now let's look at in URL, So remember, the operator is going to be a word and then a colon, and then, put what you're looking at in quotes. So in URL, machine learning. Go past the sponsored. We have Tech Target, SAS Institute, Expert AI. Here we go. What is machine learning? A definition. So I clicked on that. And a bunch of ads coming up. Normally, I recommend, having the ad blockers. And as a matter of fact, the lead in the chat said there are extensions that can filter out Google ads. And I'm just using a native, raw, unmodified Google Chrome. So that's the browser I'm using right now. I don't have any add-ins blocking anything right now. And it's just for the example of what I'm showing here. How does machine learning work? But think of any title, or you're doing research. Your granddaughter is doing a project and you need to search stuff, or your grandson or niece, your niece or nephew. All right, let's keep going. Define. So this is another one. So let's go. I'm having trouble copying and pasting here. So give me a second. Here we got define, neural network. Ooh. Oh, really? Buses? I got to prove I'm a... Boy, it's almost... I hate CAPTCHA. So the dictionary, neural network. So you can define and get the definition of a word. So here, it's a computer system modeled on the human brain and nervous system. Okay. Let's see what else. Here we go. Info. This is good. So if we want to get info on a particular site, let's see, what does Google say? Info:google.com. So we got personal info. Find, control, and delete the info in your Google account. Actually, this is pretty cool. I went over this one time, which is how to have Google delete your personal information that it's keeping on you. So I did a show on that. Anyway, info:google.com. What will it say for MikeNation.net? There we go. The Mike Tech Show. Contact. Ooh, what's this? Datesoft.com, Mike Nation. I don't even know what this site is. Mike Tech Show, and they got my picture of my site and everything here. Datesoft. You know, maybe you should be doing this. Now I did this. Now, this was a long time ago. Look at this. 2015 on the Podnuts Network. Call That Girl's Office 365 show. I was on there as we talked about Office 365 and a bunch of things. And boy, that was 8 years ago. And it's pulling that up. Pod News. There we go, about my show. So this is kind of, hey, you know what? If you have a business or you have a site, this is really good. Put info : and do a search on yourself and see what's out there. So now we got cache. So CACHE. And what we're going to do is, the example I have in my notes is cachewikipedia.org. So what this is going to do is bring up a cached site, the Wikipedia from a different time, which you can then pick and actually pull it up. This is where every site is cached. That's why they say do not, if you don't want anything forever on the web, don't do it. Don't put it up there, because even a website, you can go back in time and find out what that website looked like. All right. We have asterisk. Now, an asterisk is just a wild card. So if I want the word deep and neural networks, let's take a look at this. So we're looking for the word deep in neural networks. So we got the asterisk. Versus, I really like this, to compare and contrast. For example, artificial intelligence versus machine learning. So this is cool. So let's do this. The versus. I use versus a lot, where I'm comparing like two different graphics cards or two different drives or two different motherboards. So right now, let's go past the sponsored. So here we got Columbia University, artificial intelligence versus machine learning. What's the difference? And let's pick Northeastern University. Someone asked, is this the dark web? No. Hold on. No. I will never cover the dark web because of I don't know. If enough people wanted me to, I would. First off, you have to have a totally different browser. You have a browser called Tor. And then you would also have to, I would say it's a place you want to stay away from unless you really know what you're doing. So yeah. So here we go. I want flash drives, and I want to look up flash drives between two prices. Now, I put $10 and it's a double period. So put the first number, a double period, and then the second number. So we got sponsored ads, and then now we got, Walmart, Best Buy, Wired, coming up with all kinds of, Target, Tom's Hardware. These are the places you would expect, where you're going to be making a purchase. Okay. This one I really, really, really like. This is to get multiple results for multiple keywords. And this, let's go back to Google. I'm going to paste. Let's say I want the best 1 terabyte hard drive and the best the best 1 terabyte SSD. Now, because I'm doing all these things, it keeps wanting me to okay, crosswalks. Let's verify that I'm a human. I'm not a robot. Now I'm doing it. So we got PC World, but that's not it for Google search. Let's, you know what? That didn't give it to me. So let's take the quotes out. There we go. I shouldn't have put the quotes in there. The best 1 terabyte hard drive and the best 1 terabyte solid state drive. I think you get the idea. There's also an OR. So you can use the operands almost like programming. So you can use and or, and you want to capitalize them. That's the key. So now I want to do this. Find results from a certain date. Give you an example. Because of the pandemic, when it hit in 2020, anybody searching for working from home, you wouldn't want to put, you don't want results that are earlier than 2021. So here I'm searching working from home after, which is the operator, colon 2021. So I want working from home after 2021. You can also use the before. So past the ultimate guide to working from home, and look at the date. October of 2022, May of 2022. Here's another one. Current and future trends in remote work, 2023. So what you want to do is this one I learned, because how many times have you searched for something and you're like, this is too old. I don't want all that. I want something current. So we could put after 2023, or here you go, after 2022, and now we're going to get some good articles. Here you go, from 4 days ago. Best and worst states for working from home. Wow. From CNBC. Wall Street Journal. Work from home era ends for millions of Americans. Yeah, as we go back, everybody pulling them back. And you know what? I can't help myself. So I got to put in a commentary. If you were a business and it was working so well remotely, we have clients that we set them up and they are so efficient in working remote. Why pull everybody back in? Here you go. My wife has to go back to work every week on a Tuesday just because it's Tuesday. Why? That makes no sense. There's no rationale. If you can work remotely, unless there's a reason to bring you in, you got to meet someone. Maybe you have to have your laptop worked on, so you got to bring it into IT to do something. I get it. But there should be some specific reason for you to go back physically go into the office. We've already proven we can work remotely. Now, I know you can't do that for every job. I get that. But the ones that you can, anyway, that was Mike Smith getting on his soapbox for things that I don't understand. All right. So now, as I start to wrap up here, I got 2 biggies left. And this is literally 17 and 18. So here we go. Link. I love this. link:/MikeTechShow.com. Sites that link to the Mike Tech Show. Wow. Listen notes. Here we go. The Mike Tech Show podcast. Here's that interview with me from years ago. Let's see what else we got here. Zoom info, overview, news, competitors. This is the Mike Tech Show. Fantastic freeware. Wow. My RSS feed from boy, I'm listed on fantasticfreeware.com. Okay. Anyway, that's a great thing okay, where are you being linked? And put the link and colon and then the site. And now let's do the final item here as we start to wrap up. When you go to google.com, go to the bottom and there's settings. Click on settings and you get a little pop-up. Search settings, advanced search. Go to advanced search. And you won't remember everything, but take a look. All of these words, this exact word or phrase, any of these words, none of these words. So you're searching for something where you want certain words excluded that won't be mentioned. Numbers ranging from the language. Any language? No, we want it in English. Or maybe, hey, we're I don't know, we're working on something where we don't want English. We want, German or something. The site or domain, take a look at this. And for the advanced search, wants to do I'm a robot. You know what? I'm annoyed at the CAPTCHA. So that's let's go back to regular there. Anyway, you get the idea. All of this is available to download. I have a PDF outlining everything. So you don't have to worry about all this, but if you wanted to watch it, you come back, you can take a look at this. This will be posted on YouTube, this show, as always. And, if you got questions, email me, MikeTechShow@gmail.com. And let me know what, hey, I hated this, or, hey, I like this, or, ooh, what about XYZ for a topic? Hit me up with it. I like it. I enjoy it. And, hey, something I haven't gotten in a long time. How about a voicemail? Record an MP3 and just email it to me. And I will play it as long as it's clean. I will, family friendly. And I will play it on the show. So that's it. I thank you. And oh, by the way, if you go to YouTube, hey, it's Michael Smith MTS. And, subscribe to my podcast, because the video I release that night of every show that I do, I've been doing that. I've been releasing on YouTube for the last 2 years. So that is it for tonight's show. I have a lot of visitors coming here next week. So Thursday, not sure if there's going to be a show next Thursday. Most likely the following Thursday. But they are here for 2 weeks, so I have to look at when I'm going to do it. I may adjust even the day and time that I'm going to be doing the shows, because it depends on where I'm tied up with, hosting different things or going out. So pay attention to my Facebook feed and Twitter. And, of course, Twitter is just Mike Tech Show, and I will always Facebook and tweet what I am doing. Thank you for staying subscribed and for downloading and listening to the show. And hopefully see everybody next week. Bye-bye.